I actually came to a game 18 months ago. You know, as I said earlier, we've been on plenty of vacations over here to visit my son, and we got acquaintances, myself and Zoran, who knew each other, and I got invited to the game against Red Bull and really enjoyed the game. Charlotte were winners on the day 2-0, and it was a great atmosphere. You know, you could tell it was a community-driven club, you know, with the supporters, and I think that warmth and that feel never left me. So to answer your question, when the role came up, I was approached to see if I would be interested in the role, and I then done my due diligence and just spoke to my family, as I always do, and we felt that this could be a really good opportunity.
Who's a badass? She's a badass. Who's a badass? She's a badass.
Hey Dino, what's up, man? Welcome to Charlotte, dude. Man, we love you. Can't wait to see what you do on the pitch. Hopefully it won't be what Villa did to my Spurs, but you know, that's a whole nother story. But welcome to Charlotte. Man, we get some tea, maybe some crumpets, man, do an old English breakfast or something, man. Just hit us up. Love an interview.
Blood sausage.
Derek Jones, if you're seeing this, Derek Jones, I love you, man. I love you, right? You're the only midfielder I love.
Yo! Get off Capetti's nutsack! I told you, get off his nuts! Capetti is a baller, Vincent. Just saying.
That big apple was a golden delicious, baby. Let's go!
Atlanta, we go over there. We killing you.
Charlotte FC. Go Charlotte, baby. And if anyone on the team wants to marry me, you can.
Oh, that's kind of anyways, we'll skip right over that.
Anyways, delete that out of the video, please. My mom would be so disappointed.
TJ, I'm gonna have to hire you for photography. It ain't no TJ, it's JT.
You changed the name, man.
It's fine, it's fine. Boot room, aka where all the cleats are. And the airflow in here is really good. It smells really good. If they want to stretch their stuff out, get their workout on, bam.
We love Christian Polanco.
I don't know. What can Marks do better?
Polanco is absolutely top notch. We're
Top
so
notch.
proud of him. We love him in Charlotte. Yeah, he did a great job.
Like when you go on Kalina's website, you give him like a 5-star Yelp review.
Absolutely, 100% every time.
Damn, I ain't got no interview or nothing. Anyway, over here at Queen City. CLTFC fans, by the fans, damn it.
Hey, George. I got it. Is it CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans?
Damn it.
Atlanta, we kill you. Hey, everybody, welcome to CLT FC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans, damn it. I'm JT. if you have never seen this before, I don't know that much about soccer. I'm like a normal North Carolina fan. But we hang out with all these other people who are big time. Well,
What
not
are you
totally
trying to
normal.
say?
That's my partner in crime, Lee, over there, holding it down on the 1 and 2s with the new kit. And our special guest tonight, thank you so much, sir, Christian Polanco from the Cooligans, the Soccer Cooligans up there in New York City. So, hey, he's come on to talk a little bit about the game coming up and all things, anything. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Sub if you have not. Let's go.
What's up, Christian?
What's up? Thank you so much for the invite. I also don't know anything about soccer, so I'm happy to be here. So let's do it.
We could all sit around and talk about nothing other than soccer, right? How's the weather up there in New York, man?
Coincidentally, I'm actually in Miami. I'm here for like an Adidas thing. So yeah. It was an impromptu trip. I expected to be home when I agreed to do this, but hopefully this isn't too distracting. This life of luxury I am living.
I did this show out of a big luxury bathtub once at a hotel. So you're doing great. Hey, what's the shirt? Let's see the Adidas shirt, man. You got the
Let's go. The new kit. We're talking about new kits. This is the NYCFC 24/7 kit. Okay.
That is pretty dope.
The inspiration is like the colors also. Well, the colors are the New York State flag, the blue and orange, and then also it's partly, like outside of bodegas on the storefronts of bodegas, it's like neon signs. That's kind of what the inspiration is, the colors and stuff like that. So it's looking fresh, fellas.
Hey, just so y'all know, a bodega is like a small convenience store. It usually smells of patchouli or something else, but it's got what you need. It got what you need.
Yeah. There's always a bodega cat that's working security. So that there's a lore to the New York bodega, but it's what I grew up with.
Nice.
I just needed a pause right here because I do feel like I look like a goddamn model personally, man.
Let's see, stand up, man.
Should have showered and shaved, man, before I got on the show, man. Losing some weight there, man. Yeah.
Do you know about our kid at all,
light beer?
Christian? Do you know what's going on?
I think I saw. I mean, give me another run through because I think I saw one of the explainers. But please, for the layman.
Yeah, basically, North Carolina, we got the mountains, Smoky Mountains, and we've got the shoreline. So it's like a mountain to sea type vibe, and also the mountains look like. What else is it, Lee? They're shaped a certain way. They're actually really patterned after some real places, I'm pretty sure. But it's what the mountain ridges look like and this kind of sea theme. So it's a mountain to sea gradient. And what's the giveaway on the first night? It's like
it's some sort of patch, and they said it's like interactive somehow. I don't know. I don't quite understand it.
It's a mountain to sea theme. It looks like a Boy Scout patch. It's got like an X with a mountain.
I heard that the giveaway was a massive L. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
No, hold up though. See, that was a low key dig. I caught it, right? Yeah.
Low key.
We haven't lost to you guys in 4 games, man. We haven't lost to them in 4 games. I think we just come through Manhattan and sweep y'all right out of there, man.
It's Charlotte has been our like trap team. I don't know. We can't figure you guys out for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, like Rafi says, right? At least y'all don't play in New Jersey, So we're just saying.
That's the thing. There's always a lot of digs or a lot of jokes and banter between. You can make at NYCFC. They play in a baseball stadium or whatever. I've heard them all, but there's always the thing that connects us all. Is like, at least we don't play in New Jersey. At least we're not. Yeah. Even though we do play in New Jersey sometimes, but for the most part, it's not happening. Hopefully, it's not happening this year.
Yeah. So I sat down. I went through all the kits. I ranked them to what I thought was best to last. And tell me if you guys agree with this or not, right? So there it is. Sorry, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
really.
So as you can see,
my eyes are really hurting right now.
Well, that's what happens when you get old, man. But yeah,
no
I
doubt,
think
man.
I nailed it personally, man. I think Charlotte would be top, and then the rest are just shit, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a shame nobody could even rank in the middle anywhere, but it is what it is, I guess.
yeah, I didn't want to pick favoritisms. I didn't want to throw New York up there just because you were coming on the show.
It's interesting, Christian. Something we didn't know, but we had the president of the club on earlier this month, and he said that I guess if you're at an Adidas event, you might know this, but whatever, they know what the kits are going to be years out in advance.
Yeah,
so
about like saying, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that. He's like, oh man, the 2025 one, that's my favorite. It's totally crazy. So everyone's loving the 24, but old Joe LeBou said 25 is even hotter. So
we got love for the New York City kit, man.
I think this year, for the most part, this has been one, at least collectively, year after year, we usually have 1 or 2 clubs really do something kind of fun or different or exciting. But this was like the first time that collectively every club kind of did, push themselves or did something really stylish or clean. I mean, really the only one is Toronto. Toronto didn't get any memo. The graphic design team, the kit design team, they were just like, nah, bro, white shirt. That's all we could come up with.
Well, hey, let's do this.
It's a shame.
Way, eh?
MLS run out of ink.
No, clean in the Canadian.
Yeah, what about the Charlie Brown kit though?
I like the Charlie Brown kit. I don't know. There's something to. I think nostalgia. I was mentioning it on the show that I'm like, maybe in like 5 years, fans that didn't buy one are gonna be like, damn, I wish I had that one. It feels like it's not the greatest kit in the world, but there's something cool being like, what if they win an MLS Cup wearing a goddamn Charlie Brown kit? That's gonna be crazy. The photo's gonna be crazy.
Who's it? What is the Charlie Brown kit?
Columbus Crew.
Yeah,
they literally have the Charlie Brown design.
It literally has an Eric Schultz on there. It'd be like a true Charlie Brown on there.
No, it's how Charlie Brown's outfit has those squiggly lines.
Oh, okay.
It's got a yellow kit top, right? With I think Nationwide's a sponsor, and then it's got the kit lines around it.
I see somebody in the chat, Crown, said, better than Cincy, who made their kits blank intentionally so fans could add their own decoration. This is what I'll say. So I got to be a part of the Adidas campaign for the jersey launch for NYCFC. So when we did that, I got to see all the kits. So I had to sign this NDA, right? And they were really strict. They were like, do not tell anybody you did this. Do not tell anybody about the kits. Because we don't want them to leak. And then EA leaks all the damn kits, which is ridiculous. but then so I got to see the kits a couple months ago, and hold them in my hand. And Cincy's is dope. There's something to, the kits when you're looking at it on a computer, on a screen, they're not necessarily all that exciting, but Cincy's is super clean. The stitching is really nice. It looks like a very, very nice shirt that you can just wear out. And so not all the kids, you can't say that for all the kids, but that is a good one. That was one of my favorite kits. Same thing with Austin. They just like nice shirts. So that's what the props I'll give this year.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Austin just in general. So yeah, I'll give you that. But then a lot of people were hyped about Minnesota. Was it Minnesota had the Galaxy sort of design? I mean, there were some hot ones, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I still, I'm not really one of those guys that I gotta have that kit. Looks dope. It looks dope. I just buy my teams. And this year I was like, I gotta get it. Right. So go ahead.
Why don't you put that graphic back up, man? Because it's such a nice one. You really can see everything. It's such great detail.
Well, you know what, asshole? There's this thing called tier rankings or something, and I had to. That's how so I could throw it up on Twitter. Tier maker. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
And maybe get a bigger monitor. Get a bigger monitor.
Oh shit, dude, that's funny, man.
Yeah. But that's what we came up with, man. We did a bunch of polls. We were on the streets. We're asking people all across the U.S. and apparently Charlotte ranked number 1. So there's that.
Okay. Right. Yeah. If it's whatever Family Feud survey says, yeah, that's what everybody. Lee, when I was watching the intro video, I literally was was it you talking about Dean Smith? Who was talking about Dean Smith? Was that you, or was that somebody else?
I'm not sure. Oh, it was us. Yeah, we were interviewing each other.
Okay. As I heard it, I maybe you had been drinking a couple. I was just like, is Clint Dempsey hosting this podcast? You sound exactly like Clint Dempsey in that video.
I do.
Yeah, 100%.
No. No, I'm the furthest
say
away
that
from
all the
Texas.
time.
Yeah, that's right. No.
It's funny though. Lee, he grew up in England until he was like 17.
13.
Okay, well, whatever. Plenty of time for the accent to really, hold on to him. And then he moves out in the country north of Charlotte and he's got like this North Carolina country.
Yeah, but that's where
English thing.
That's where Clint Dempsey is. Doesn't he live in North Carolina, like in the swamp or something?
He lives down the street now. Yeah, he's almost a neighbor.
Okay, so it's it's not that crazy that you could sound a little similar.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse, right? I mean, I could sound like JT even.
But it's funny. There is something to the English accent and the Southern accent. That's why, like, English actors do Southern accents so well, and they steal Americans' roles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, right? I got my citizenship and dropped my accent, right? But let's jump into some of the Charlotte news, man. A little bit broke today, right? We signed Tavares from Crown Legacy, so it looks like we might have a winger this weekend, which is good.
How do you pronounce his first name?
Urari.
It's
Iurari. It's I-U-R-I. Man, this is
okay.
Talking about the English accent and just speaking English in general. We just
JT, if you get pulled over and they do a sobriety test, it's not gonna go well, dog. They're gonna ask you to pronounce his name.
I'm in my garage right now. I'm not only parked. I'm parked in my own garage, man.
Yeah, so he has last year, I believe he had 26 appearances, 12 goals, and 4 assists. He's originally from Portugal, and he's 23 years old. So, they signed him to a first team contract this year. So hopefully he gets the playing time that he wants and can perform.
He'll stay up all year unless they.
Yeah, he signed a senior contract today. Yeah, so there he is.
We've been wanting.
Well, I wouldn't say he's the winger we've been wanting.
I'm saying he fulfills a position for us until we get the guy really, to really do it.
Yeah. I mean,
stopgap measure.
We were struggling, I believe, to determine who's going to play on the right wing for us. I mean, we're missing our winger. So
what's Cape Verde? He's from Cape Verde.
Yeah, they did great at AFCON. What was it? They got to the quarterfinal or semifinal. I don't remember. A strong team. They have another guy from MLS plays there. Monteiro, Ramiro Monteiro from San Jose Earthquakes. He plays for Cape Verde.
Yeah. And so, we, as everybody knows, Charlotte's been in sort of the news, or, nothing concrete has come out, but for Lucinio Rodriguez from Liverpool down there in the south of America. So apparently one of the news medias, he said that he was wanting a 20% cut of his fee so he can help support his family and that kind of stuff. So, that's a big chunk of change. Apparently we offered him offered Liverpool at least 12 million, I think it was. So, so apparently we made a good offer for him. Looks like they want Charlotte to up their bid. And then I guess they're going to wait until the summer for the best offer. So that's the latest. But we did find out right before we went live that Enzo and Rodriguez were starting to follow each other on Instagram. So, that to me means he's coming to Charlotte.
Well, I mean, that's a lock.
That is a lock, man. Every time we've ever broken some news and actually got it right, we've gone down the Twitter / Instagram path to see who's following who and who's following Charlotte and all that.
Truthfully, that is a good way.
Yeah. Well, I think the club told players or at least people working for the club to stop doing that before they're announced. So, yeah.
Okay, no, we don't got to be right. You just got to be first. Right?
That's right.
That's the media nowadays.
That is, man. Yeah,
you get there's a high. I mean, there was one thing. We broke news once on the Cooligans about a signing. This was when CJ Sapong joined Nashville, and it was the high of releasing news first and not also being right, but then also all the other journalists are like, okay, I think we have to report that the Cooligans say CJ Sapong is joining Nashville FC. And I'm like, yes, this is my, there's no better feeling. So I get why these journalists they're addicted to their job, because the feeling of all the likes and views is quite addicting.
Yes. I mean, that's the only reason we do it. This show is for the likes and views, man, and then the subscribers on YouTube. So
let's go.
My ego and self-esteem is very fragile, and if I'm not on this show and people aren't nice to me, man, it's not good. It's not good.
We've had.
I'm happy to participate in your therapy session, JT. This is great.
Thank you.
Boost your confidence and self-esteem. That's it.
That's what we're here for. This is actually JT's therapy session. Yeah. So I keep sending him bills, but nothing ever comes back. So we might have to send him to collections or something.
Find me after the game.
What's that?
Find me after the game outside the East Gate, where we
interview people. That's right, man. Did you see the MLS club rankings?
I did not. This is from who? From Doyle or just in general?
Just
from
in MLS in general.
Yeah,
it's on the MLS Soccer Power Rankings, right? They got Charlotte as 27th, right? Which out of 29 teams, right? So they said they don't seem to have a roster that can go blow for blow in the Eastern Conference. Which I will say, the Eastern Conference is pretty stacked this year, man.
Yeah, it looks tough.
Yeah. And so, so basically, and then for New York, they put you guys at 17th. But what I thought was funny was reading about Toronto in 29th. They basically said, we all have to go on our own personal journeys to find ourselves.
Whoever wrote that really got a kick out of it.
Yes.
It's going to be it's an interesting year. I mean, this season feels odd in that players are kind of coming and going really, really close to the beginning of the season. Some players won't have much time, like in any kind of preseason. The first probably 6 games of the season will feel like the preseason for some of these teams, because they don't have a lot of these guys have not played together. That's my main concern with NYCFC. There's so many new guys, and last year I think it's I was at the Charlotte game against Inter Miami in the last game of the season, which your win knocked NYCFC out of the playoffs. Right. So that didn't feel great.
Again, we're flexing on you. How did you do that thumbs up, man?
Oh, I have to shut it off. And so Apple on Macs, if you do, it has like gestures, and you have to shut it off because it turns it's on by default. It's very silly. I'll figure it out later, but I don't know how distracting it is. But
no, it's cool though, because we had the Yeti Clan on here one time, and all of a sudden he had balloons going, he had all kinds of stuff, and he's like,
there's
I don't
something
know how to do this.
There's certain things, there's certain gestures. If you do, they like weird stuff comes out. I don't know why. Anyway,
you heard it here first, folks.
So that's my main concern. NYCFC has a lot of young guys that they signed. They just signed a kid from Red Star Belgrade. They just so many young players that the players that left last year, especially losing Maxime Chanel, like for whatever reason, last season NYCFC, any player that was like, hey, I got this offer from Saudi Arabia, I really want to go play there. And for the NYCFC front office was like, okay, sure, yeah, we'll let you go. And it's like, we're fighting for a playoff spot. Why are you letting kind of like these really, really integral players to our team go? And then when Maxime Chanel, our best center back, said, he wanted to go play, he got an opportunity to play for like his hometown club, and he's, going to retire soon, and he didn't want to miss out on an opportunity to play there. I'm like, I get the emotional story, but bro, we don't want to miss the playoffs. And he's like, he left the team like maybe 2 weeks after they put out a video of in the locker room before a game being like, I've been here 7 years, we have never missed the playoffs. And then it's like, bro, now you're gone, and now we missed the playoffs. Okay. So it seems like it had a direct effect on us. So that's my main concern right now. This season, we have a very, very new team, and I'm worried that the first few games are going to be a little rough to like kind of just figure out what the chemistry is going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same with Charlotte, right? I mean, we don't quite have a complete starting 11. But, you know, we're thankful that we get to play at home for our first game. However, I will say we haven't scored in our game opener in our 3 years existence. So, you know, we're hoping for at least a 2-1, 2-0 victory this weekend. So,
Never
yes. Yes.
That place was that night, our first match, it was nuts at that stadium because like it was just way overcrowded. And everyone was so stoked and half drunk and drunk. And the staff was freaking out and the drums. If we would have scored that night, how sweet would that have been?
Yeah, I know. Christian, there's a question for you, man. Who's y'all starting goalkeeper this year?
This is a tough one because we have Luis Barraza and we have Matt Freeze. And both can easily be the number one. I think the end of the season, Matt Freeze was the starting goalkeeper. He probably played the last, I want to say like 10 to 12 matches. And they're both pretty good. I think they're kind of both at the same level. It's I think they made a goalkeeper change because we were just giving up too many goals early on in the season. But it's not that we were giving up too many goals. We just weren't scoring enough. We weren't outscoring teams. So I would probably have to say Matt Freeze because he did bring some stability, but it's hard to tell. Was it the goalkeeper that where we saw the improvement, or was it the defending and that back line where we saw the improvement? It's really hard to say. I think both keepers can easily be number ones, but for the sake of continuity, I would say Matt Freeze probably wins the job.
Yeah, that's it.
You got a better name. Matt
What's
Freeze.
that?
Matt Freeze.
Yeah, well, you don't want your keeper to freeze, though, right?
Yeah, true.
Not at all.
True.
Yeah, because then if he does, right, we'd have some beer showers at our home match opener.
Every
Like
PK, he just stays in the middle the whole time.
What's that YouTube clip where that one goalkeeper's in goal and he just like by the end of it, he's just like the ball just keeps smacking him in the head and all that. Oh no.
Oh, I forgot the dude's name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he was in goal for like Duke or something or Chapel Hill.
No. Oh wait, you mean this like the sketch where the ball keeps hitting the guy in the face? That's it's like Steve something. Matt Sterling. That's Matt Sterling. That's the guy's name.
Yeah, it was classic, man. Yeah, he does volleyball too. Apparently, he's just throwing that out there. But yeah, man. So what else we got? So you guys lost some key players this year, right? I mean, you lost like 3 or 4 key players.
Yes, I'm trying to remember who off
Morales is one.
Alfredo Morales. Is that what you're talking about? Or Maxi? Mm-hmm. Alfredo went to San Jose, but he wasn't really getting many minutes towards the end of the season because NYCFC brought in Andres Perea from Philadelphia Union on loan, and now they signed him. So he became the replacement. I don't know. I love Alfredo, and it's kind of disappointing that they traded him. I thought he, especially in 2021 when he helped us win MLS Cup, I thought he was just a really, really important player to the team. Showed a lot of leadership. I remember we interviewed him right before the playoffs started in 2021.
Right.
And NYCFC were kind of picking up some steam, and we were just asking him about like what his faith and belief in the playoffs, and he was just he made me believe. Where I'm like I wasn't even that optimistic, but this dude just brought in this like hard-nosed kind of faith and belief and like trust in his teammates. And I'm like, after the interview, I'm like, either you're crazy or we're gonna win MLS Cup this year, and it was the latter. So
there you go. So he knows.
Yeah, an emotional. I think an emotional kind of linchpin to that team. So I think it will be a little hard to replace that. That's where some of my concerns are, and where I saw sort of just defensive issues that NYCFC. I've been following the team since their first year in 2015. We missed the playoffs in that first year. We had never missed the playoffs again until 2023. So it's like I'm like, why is this? How did we get to this point where the team is having this kind of instability? I think it's
to Charlotte, right? I mean, we had the same sort of thing. We're sort of starting back over on year 3, right? This is our third coach. We got rid of 2. Well, I mean, Karol Swiderski, arguably probably our best player that's gone. He was banging in some goals. Hopefully Capelli steps up this year. I think he's going to score 2 this weekend, and I think he's feeling kind of confident. But that's my concern about Charlotte, really. I mean, I think from what I've seen us do in preseason, we've been okay defensively, but it's kind of, how that link-up play happens at the top, and can we score?
We'll see.
We will see
on Saturday. Hey,
yeah.
Lee,
Yeah.
just digress a little bit. How was the kit launch on Saturday? And you said it was kind of low key or something, or?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was easy to get in and get your kit.
Where was it? Give us the
where was it? Somebody posted it in the chat. Somebody put it up in the chat.
So it wasn't at the stadium.
No, I forget the name of the place. Oh, shit. It was at this one place where they had this one thing where we got the kit from. But yeah, Station West. There we go. Station West. Thanks, Casey. But yeah, so we had a good time. It was low key. Watched the last preseason game against Minnesota. And I really like they got a cat. They got a hat, right? A trucker's hat, and I think enclosed hat too that matches this. And I was gonna buy it, but it was like $45, man. I was like, man, I just couldn't do it. But if I see it again this Saturday, though, I might I'd copy one. But apparently they're going to be very limited. Yeah, that hat's
limited. You got to buy it, man. You have to.
I don't know. Maybe that's what we were told, so that way we tell the fans it's limited. Everybody goes out and buys it.
Man, we're just pawns in the
that's
game,
how we get out. That's how we make our money. We make commission off of selling Charlotte FC merch. That's it, man.
Good business, y'all. Y'all are TikTok Charlotte influencers.
That's it.
Click the button on the TikTok shop. Pick up your Charlotte FC kit.
That's right. That's it.
Christian.
NYCFC had a jersey launch event. They did a fashion show, which is dope. And they had Remy Ma perform, and she was also part of the fashion show. Do you know Remy Ma? Are y'all familiar with Remy Ma? So she,
man.
Of course.
Did a couple songs.
We're cool.
All right, I'm just checking. I don't know that Bronx music reaches all the way down to Charlotte.
We're East Coast boys, man. We're East Coast boys.
So that was dope. It was really cool. It's always funny because Remy Ma, she has been to matches. I've seen her at NYCFC matches, and sometimes they'll put her up on the big screen. That they invited like Fat Joe and a couple people from like Terror Squad there, and so they put her up on the screen and taking all these photos. But Remy Ma had like just gotten out of prison, so she had her ankle monitor, and she's on the big screen with her ankle monitor, and in all the photos, and it's literally one of the dopest things I've ever seen, bro. She literally got she's
like wearing whatever. Her legs were exposed, and you could just see it. Obviously,
she was wearing like high heels. I mean, she looked great, but the ankle monitor was just like an accessory. It worked with the outfit.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She couldn't hide it. That's coming for real when you show up at a pub. Hey, just as long as she doesn't go outside her border, man. As long as she keeps it in Brooklyn, that's whatever, man. Cool. Oh man.
Yeah, like Casey said, man, this is the most Bronx thing I've ever heard.
For real, dog.
Hold on. Are y'all in the Bronx or y'all in Brooklyn?
We're in the Bronx right now. We're playing Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn originally, but we're gonna be moving. The stadium is being built in Queens, right next to Citi Field. So we're right next to the Mets.
All right. So
next to next to like the U.S. Open where the tennis tournament.
And the old crazy ass World's Fair remnants.
Yeah.
Man, I've been on the beach.
So when are y'all going to build that stadium?
So it's already they're already kind of getting started. I don't think they have like first shovel in the ground yet, but they cleared out the space. And but 2027 is when the stadium's opening.
How many people? How many attendance?
It's gonna be. I think it's like 22,000, if I'm not mistaken. Something. It's not tremendous, but I think it's gonna be. I honestly think it's gonna be one of the most important stadiums to American soccer. You know, a lot of people complain about like Rebel Arena. Rebel Arena is a great stadium to watch matches in. The only problem is getting there, but it's really for like. This is why Red Bull, I can't explain why, but Red Bull fans, they just don't have a consistent amount of support where they can fill that stadium. But when there's an international match there, when, you know, I've gone there for like Gold Cup matches to see like Ecuador, like Honduras play against like Costa Rica or something like that, the stadium is beyond full. It is an absolutely amazing experience. So it's not that people can't get there. It's just that they want to see a particular team or they want to see particular players. They don't feel a connection to the team. But with a stadium being in Queens, I mean, just the amount of soccer fans, even the games that are held at Citi Field are very different than the ones held in the Bronx. I mean, there's just a different audience, but there is just a huge opportunity to get a passionate support and to fill out that stadium every single week when it's built in 2027. So I think it's going to be huge. I mean, to see international matches, to see really, really important matches or friendlies or whatever, to have a soccer stadium in New York, accessible by the subway, next to all the other, you know, big stadiums and tennis and baseball. I literally cannot wait.
So what do you think of this comment?
Long Island coming in. I mean,
what do you think about this comment? The blueprint of your new stadium is bigger than your championship banner. Now,
you know what?
Please tell me, what was up with that? That was terrible. Like that thing was like this big. It looked like a business card.
Look, the non-fun answer is basically that NYCFC are tenants to Yankee Stadium. The Yankees get to decide. If you want to put up any billboard, anything, the Yankees have to approve it. The Yankees were like, this is the size banner we will approve for you guys. And that's really one of the big reasons why NYCFC has to get out of Yankee Stadium. And it's like they're and not to say the game day experience is fun there. I always have a good time. NYCFC tend to win at home. And so it's always I never leave like I never leave miserable. But that's kind of the issue. There's so many things, actually, right? There's so many things that we just don't have autonomy and we can't do the things that we want to do, even as fans, even as supporters. They beg for like certain either amenities or things that we can do or not flares because they're not allowed in any stadium, but almost any kind of like support that and the way we want to show it. We just cannot do it because Yankee Stadium and the Yankees are just like, no, we're not going to allow it. So it's a bummer, but I'll take the tiny championship. Man. I'll take a tiny championship banner because it's a championship. Okay, I could care less. It could be a championship banner for ants, as Zoolander would say. I'll take it.
That's a very good point. I just want to say for the record, fuck the Yankees. Thank you. Just want to put that out.
Okay, well, I'm a Mets fan. I'm not going to go too great.
That's right.
Well, I don't even know what y'all talking about now. Y'all speaking foreign. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, Charlotte definitely needs a star, man, pretty quick. So, but, yeah, so, we play you guys this weekend. Hopefully we get that win. Drop your score predictions there in the chat. Predictions, yeah, man. I was doing my Remy Ma stuff.
Number back up, man. Somebody call in and ask a question. Damn it.
Nobody's gonna call in, man. Like they're putting in here too much chat about New York City stuff in here, but yeah, where are these folks need to call in for us, right? At least let us know if it works. Let us know if it works. So yeah,
people just don't talk anymore. They just all they want to do is write their little messages.
That's right. So yeah, there's a lot of nil-nils, man. A lot of draws this weekend, possibly. I don't know. I mean, I'm going with 2-0 personally.
I think NYCFC drew either every or almost all their preseason games. So they've been giving up goals kind of like crazy. You'd expect both teams to not be sharp by any means. So I'm interested to see if some of the new players get minutes for NYCFC. But so I do expect some goals. I don't think there'll be a 0-0. But a draw seems fair. I think we've drawn to Charlotte quite a few times. Once, only once. Okay.
Yep, and we beat you 3 times. So
yeah,
I
remember.
Yeah.
There was one that was brutal.
Yeah.
I forgot what that.
But yeah,
anyway,
on the flip side of that, we've never scored right in a season opener game. So, and plus we have kept a clean sheet all preseason. Now, I don't know how much that means to anybody, but that's just the facts right now. So, when Kalina's around, it's nothing but clean sheets, apparently. Just saying.
When did Kalina get back? Just for the last game?
Yeah, I just got back for the last game. Yeah, I think it was the last game, or maybe the game before.
I don't know. Clean sheets. It hasn't been around getting his green card settled. Oh, that's funny, dude.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I mean, there's that. So
are you coming down?
Are you coming down for the game?
I am not coming down for the game, unfortunately. But I feel good about the fact that I've been to Charlotte and to see a game.
So weren't you in the Supporters Cup or something this year or something?
Yeah. We got to host that. Me and Alexis at the Supporters Belt tournament.
Yeah,
we were the MC, so some people may recognize me from there. That was really, really fun. Got super intense there towards the end.
It does, man. Because we're really we want to be like professionals, but then we realize that we have to go to work on Monday.
But there's some people that play like they ain't got a job. Okay, they play like they're playing for an opportunity. They say one of the scouts from Charlotte FC is watching, and I might get the call up. But this is we've hosted a lot of tournaments like that. This was probably one of the most intense. Where this is what I love about MLS supporters, and when we do like sort of charity games like that and things like that, it's towards the end when you get to like the quarterfinals, semifinals, and stuff of those tournaments, people start going like, "Yo, I never seen him in the supporter section. He's never at games. We go to games. Why is he playing in here?" And it's just like everybody starts trying to see everybody's paperwork. Let me see your season ticket. Everybody gets super mad. But it was great. It was great. Really, really. Incredible players out in Charlotte. It was great to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's true though, because there have been those times where we've played, and the one team brings in like this like basically a D1 team, right? And it's like, what the hell? We're all out here, all out of shape, right? We're halftime, we're smoking cigarettes or whatnot, right? And then
man. Look, as long as people don't get hurt, that's really like that's. Anytime I play and when I play in my Sunday league, I'm just like, I play in a co-ed Sunday league. I ain't trying to hurt anything, tear anything. So it's some people take it more competitive than others. It's all good.
That's right. But I think it's fun, man. So yeah, I guess if we do it again, you're gonna come down.
I hope so. I hope that we'll always accept the invitation. I had a great time. I think one of the things, I'm from Brooklyn, in a very, grew up in a very Latino neighborhood. And, I always say like the Cooligans and soccer has like changed my life. And I've gotten to go all over the country, all over the world. And one of the things that I just really, really love, that what I love about this game is, I'm a comedian. So I get to like tell jokes at soccer games. I didn't even know this could be a job. And then I go to Charlotte, and then even seeing the diversity amongst the supporters, and you have like the Latin, like the Central American team, the Argentinian team, the dudes who work at a sunglasses store or whatever. Like everybody, there's just so much just different kinds of people that all are there to support the club. And I've seen this in a lot of different MLS clubs, like, as opposed to like homogenous sort of countries where, I've been to England, and look, you go to a Liverpool game and there's probably a lot of white people there, and there's not too much diversity. But that's the cool thing about
And your wallet's
in
missing
MLS.
when you leave.
Well, you have to figure out, like, you have chants in Spanish, you have chants in English, you have chants that are inspired by England, by and or even the South, and people are trying to make it kind of their own, what the supporter culture is going to look like. So I really enjoyed that about Charlotte and being a part of that tournament.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that, because there are some new chants, right? I mean, I will say there's a lot of people that do a lot of work behind the scenes that is not, people are not, I appreciate it. They don't, I think a lot of people, on Twitter and Facebook groups and all that, they have a lot to say, but they don't get involved. So it's like, come on, guys, if you're going to bash what's being done, like, at least join the group or give some ideas so that way it could be done. So there's a lot of, like, hours behind the scenes. I mean, just for instance, when we did the TIFOs, I mean, that shit takes forever to design, to paint, to do all that, man. And then just to put the little grommets on so we can roll it up, man, that took like 4 hours. It was ridiculous. And it's like, come on, get out there and help. So
then people on Twitter are like, yo, that TIFO's whack. And it's like, well, why do you participate and help me put this damn thing up? That's you got to show some gratitude.
They only use it once, right?
Yeah.
That's the crazy shit to me. And they're so huge that whoever inherits it can't display it. They're like, hey, man, hey, what's in that big ass box over there? A 60 by 30 queen, doing whatever like that. Oh, it's dope. It's the best part of my collection. And you can't see it. It's like, no, this is the foot. This is the foot right here.
You need like a duplex to display it easily.
Yeah. Hanging out front, right? I mean, I think it's at least fire resistant.
It's wild, because I went to Germany like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I saw, and the tifos there are just unreal. They're unbelievable. I mean, and it's not even just like the tifo in a particular section, but then people they span across like 3 or 4 sections, and then even people that are not in the supporter section are part of it, whether they have like the cards that make an image or something like that. The level of organization required is its own job, is its own like industry, and this is why I've grown to only more and more to appreciate the people that dedicate their lives to this, and they don't get paid to do this, and they're just out there supporting their club. So that's even if a tifo is not amazing, you got to appreciate the time and effort that they took to make it. Otherwise, you're just like a horrible person. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like MLS though kind of limits us on well, maybe it's just Charlotte with the fire department and all that, because I know they're very concerned about like Bank of America catching on fire apparently, but I don't know. Like there's a lot of restrictions, and there's a lot of stuff that we would like to do that we just can't do because it's just not allowed in the stadium. And I just wanted to call this out. I'm not calling you out specifically. I just want to make it known that you don't have to be in a supporters group to get out there and volunteer and all that. So if you got the time, I mean, show up. They'll hand you a paintbrush or whatever for sure. Yeah. What was you gonna say, JT?
I was just gonna say that with the time and the tifos and all that kind of stuff, thank you anyone out there who's done it. And anyone, to Christian's point, you got to be a certain kind of asshole to talk shit. And you can be like, hey, man, I don't really like it. It's not quite as funny or whatever it's doing. But, man, when someone's taking their volunteer time to put that together and you're going to say something about it, man, shut the up, man.
Oh, wow. Wow.
There it is.
How many you had tonight?
No, it ain't about
that. People are unsubscribing right now.
This is my third. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's bullshit. You got to support hard,
I mean, the point is, right? I mean, just get involved. You don't have to be a part of a supporters group, right? They're always looking for volunteers and all that. So, just get involved, especially when it comes to the chants, because we're trying to do stuff here in Charlotte. And obviously, we're a new city, and we're trying to get chants so that the whole stadium can get involved, not just like the supporters section. So,
that's and look, and that's the challenge every club faces, is just like how to get more people involved. And look, I'm sure a lot of people here watching can say the same thing, but I'm sure you've met people going to games that will be your friends for the rest of your life, and it's just such a great community. I've gone to NBA games. I got into NHL games. I got into tennis matches. I don't leave being like, oh, I think I met my wife today or what. Like, there's just something to this sport that breeds just community that is just better and different than other sports. So, but getting involved in like what the other supporter kind of traditions or events or painting tifos, it's just really fun and dope. So I highly recommend it, especially if you have nothing to do.
Yeah, so for this one, I mean, there's the at the Royal Family, I believe it is. I'm not sure the exact Twitter handle, but in the Facebook groups, they're always posting. And then, if you just go to the charlottefootballclub.com, there's a whole supporters group section of the supporters groups, and then you can jump on their websites or wherever, and then they all have their own sort of Facebook group as well. So there's plenty of ways to get involved. So I'll get off of it, but yes, it's definitely get out there and volunteer. And like you said, Christian, I mean, most of these people that I've met are through Charlotte FC, and I probably would not have met them if it wasn't for this club. So thank you.
And one thing I always say, Christian, is that besides Tepper, our owner, and definitely we know coaches are going to come and go, and now we lost 2 of our DPs, but the players are going to come and go. Some of the staff's going to come and go, whatever, the coaches, all that stuff. But the fans and us, we're going to be here, and this is our team. And that's the fun thing about it being only a 3-year-old team and a toddler of a team is we get to create all this stuff right now. And I love that. To me, that's why I tell people that have never been to a game. They're like, oh, I like soccer. It's like, you got to go. It's a different experience. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about us playing in Bank of America Stadium, because plenty of people around here have been to a Panthers game in that stadium, and they know what the NFL experience is in that stadium. And then when they go to one of our games in that stadium and all the different stuff, the chant, it's just a whole different vibe, and it's so fun. So we're stoked with it.
Yeah, I mean, look, but an NFL game to pretty much any soccer game is almost incomparable. NFL games are a nightmare to watch in person. It's crazy. It's like it's not built for a live experience, and soccer is the complete opposite. So it's wild. I mean, like I can keep harping about it, but I've just interacted so much. For a few years we used to do the Independent Supporters Council. It's essentially all the leaders of all the supporters groups go and have they go to have a conference every year, and we usually do stand up for them. We did it for a couple of years, and so basically being in a room with essentially the most dedicated people to soccer in their community is you just learn like all the stuff that they're paying their own way to go to this conference to talk about best practices and tifos and how to interact with the front office and all this other stuff. And it's like you hear all these details and it's like, bro, they're just literally sacrificing their lives for the club. So JT, when you mentioned like players come and go, staff comes and goes, that's the thing. The supporters will always be there, and that's something we should value and treasure and figure out. Look, I mean, we see the stuff with the Open Cup right now. You see how fans are really upset and frustrated.
I'm pissed about that.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be it should be a thing where we get to decide what the kind of culture is of the sport, and an Open Cup competition is just such a great opportunity that to some degree probably has been mishandled as far as growing in its popularity. But it doesn't mean MLS should just be like, no, we're done. We don't want to play this. It's not making us any money. Well, how about we all work together to figure out how to make these matches, these Open Cup matches, really, really important, especially to these lower division teams. We all love the David and Goliath kind of storyline, and the fact that could be taken away from us, it could be a missed opportunity for something that could, soccer is not just about the 29 teams that are in MLS. The country's really, really big, and we should think about how soccer can grow in the entire country.
I mean, my thing about it is if the MLS should just allow, or the Cup, or whoever's making the rules for this, right? Just allow, like, say, Charlotte FC or New York in there, and then they can just put, any player that's on their roster, right? Even the the next pro team or whatever 11 they want to start out with, just let them do it, right? Because I mean, you see it like FA Cup is a prime example. You start sort of playing with your reserves, and then as you get further in the competition, you start mixing in some of those regular starters, and then when you get to the final, right? That's normally when you play pretty much the best team that you have. So, yeah, man, it's I don't know. It really pisses me off for sure that they do that.
I think there's an interesting point in there that because we don't have relegation, that you literally don't ever intermix in that sense with going down and stuff, and bring in the lower leagues up in some form or fashion. So if they take away the Open Cup, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean there's a lot to be said there. I just think it's stupid to give up such a great tournament just over some politics. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, baby. It is. Yeah, sadly it is. And but then that's where I see the claim and when they're like, if they were just upfront and being like, yo, this tournament's not making us any money, it's not even worth it for us to play. Just be honest. They do the whole like fixture congestion, and it's just a little too difficult. Right? But the Leagues Cup, right? But the Leagues Cup is it's such a dumb argument. So it's just like it can be it shouldn't be this selfish. And I think this is where the rest of the world kind of has it right, where like the game is for every community, and if you can get promoted and get to the first division, that that is such a great milestone in the history of that club. But we don't have that, and we can't even play them. We can't even play the lower league teams, which is just such a ridiculous level of of compromise. So I don't know. There has to be a bigger picture. We have to all collectively think about what we want American soccer to look like, and it should include the Open Cup. But the Open Cup should be a thing that we're all excited about and want to attend and figure out how do we get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, right? I mean, again, it was just fun to go down to like you said, some of the smaller clubs, right? Go down there, tailgate, hang out, and then come back. That's what I like. Is just it's a different feel than an actual MLS game, right? It's just a different feel that day.
Look at this comment. Can you highlight a new Wiseman at 952? This it says the Open Cup is our only link to the past. We can't let it die. Oh my God. The poetry. I don't know.
He's a damn Atlanta fan. We can't give him too much credit. And then we got our buddies over from LA, man. I believe you were on their show earlier this
Edgar, shout out to
Edgar, man. What's up? Appreciate the donation, buddy. But it's they're good guys over there too. So but yeah, man, I don't know. It's I would hate to see the competition die. I like it. I would think if anything, the Leagues Cup should go away. But that's a whole nother hot topic. So
yeah, I mean, look, the Leagues Cup it was entertaining. I mean, it's hard to say that it wasn't.
It is. Some of the whole month off.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Some of the group stage matches, I could have done without. They weren't all great. And then also having penalties, having a match day where there was 8 straight matches that ended in penalties. It's just almost feels like too much. There's too much too much sensory overload kind of a thing. So it's not that League Cup is some terrible idea, or I understand the cash grab aspect of it, but it's just Open Cup just offers a different opportunity than just than these two particular leagues that we all know. They're just trying to share an audience and grow MLS and grow Liga MX, and it's that's cool, but there's a lot of other clubs that don't have the wealth and that some of these MLS club owners do, and they should have an opportunity to participate in matches as well. So I mean, look, we got a lot of work to do, all of us.
Yeah. No, and I'm a big fan of that sort of David versus Goliath, right? I mean, just to see some of the teams, again, not to keep harping on the FA Cup, but just to see those teams, like the minnow teams playing the likes of Tottenham, Manchester United, and all those teams. So but yeah, it's an interesting thing. So let's go through some of these comments here. Oh yeah, by the way, it looks like you're going to be our right winger this Saturday. So just hope you're ready for that.
I'm sure. Yeah, clear.
Yeah.
Is it opportunity? Get what, like a 2-day contract, one training and one game.
Yeah. Yeah. And our little buddy, man, Caden, man, should have done those damn dishes before, man, so you could jump on here. You know I'm gonna bust on you, man, when I see you Saturday. So
hey, Caden, you dumb.
should have done them dishes
before the show.
Yeah. So who do we think is going to score the first goal for Charlotte this season? I'm saying Capeti with a brace this weekend. So I'd like to hear what everybody else has to say about that.
I'm not saying that. Okay.
Fair enough. So let me see. Trying to read. Yeah, JT, what are you sipping over there, man? You're a little feisty tonight, man.
I am a little. Man, I drove across the state earlier. I was in a car for
drinking.
6 hours.
Jesus. So you're drinking for 6 hours.
Man.
Drinking and driving. You heard it, folks.
This is Foothills out of Winston-Salem. Foothills. They're hazy. Hazium.
Yeah. And are you going to the Fan Fest in Nashville?
Well, you know what? You
guys got a shout out the last time, right?
We did.
You guys were on the show, actually, if I remember correctly.
We were, on the NBC Premier League Fan Fest. We emceed, so we were basically, like if you ever go to a TV taping of a show, there's usually like a comedian in between the commercials to keep the crowd engaged and warmed up for when the cast comes back. So we were doing that for NBC. We did that in Philly. We did it in Orlando. And I guess I can announce I will be there.
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead and drop it.
Yes, it is. I will be there in Nashville. So you are literally the first people I'm telling about that. So
man, we always breaking news here, man. We're gonna retweet it, get the likes, get the everything. Yeah, that's it.
So, I'm really stoked. I will be there. Yeah.
That's what's up. So, man, that's it. I mean, we're about wrapped up. Anything you want to hit on, JT, before we sort of shut it down?
Man, I'm just shooting off rockets, man. I'm trying to get those effects going. I love it. Hey, I'm so stoked about the season starting. Christian, you've got me feeling ready for it. I am fired up, and this is only my third beer. It has nothing to do with that because I'm ready to go this season. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, lazy like party. Let's go!
Over there. Yeah, look. I don't know if it's no, man. I won't talk about that on there. That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, so how do you do that? Seriously, hey, Yeti Clan, if y'all still on, man, this is your part. This is your segment, man. Like how to do that because
it's in the latest Mac update, which is I believe it's Sonoma, Mac OS Sonoma. I think it's like 14.2.1. I'm also went to school for computer science, a big nerd.
How the hell did we go from let's get the season going? You're telling us what the latest update of the firmware on the Mac is.
I was just looking for the
end of the show, Christian. Man, that's NYC.
Okay. That's pretty cool, though, man. I'm a Windows guy.
Multifaceted. Yeah, I'm a Windows PC at home, laptop, Mac. Happy to have any IT questions if you want to be as well.
We're not going down there. I do that. Enough's enough. This is supposed to be like conversation without having to think too much. But yeah, what you gonna say? What?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Well, Christian, man, where can people find you?
At Chris Polanco on Twitter, at Christian_Polanco on Instagram, and then at Soccer Cooligans if you enjoy a couple jokes with your soccer news. That's what we do. We're stand-up comics. We've been doing the show since 2015 when NYCFC started. I always say NYCFC changed my life. It's crazy. I got to do a show and get to work with Rebecca Lowe on NBC and do all that
she's
stuff.
A unicorn. She's a unicorn.
She's the best. She's the best. But thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem. And, again, hit the like button for us. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Share everything. We're trying to do some good things this year, man. So we're kicking it off. And Saturday, we're going to win 2-0. And it's going to be great. And What's that?
Do your good things after the first game. You know, start game 2. That's when Charlotte starts doing their good things.
Yeah, well, I was talking about actually us on the show here doing good things.
Okay.
Let's not get carried away. But no, Charlotte wins 2-0 this weekend, and we'll see you out there. Come find us after the game at the tail outside the sports section so we can interview you.
For the fans, by the fans. Damn it.